If you ask me, open door stock is about to go crazy. We are up 15% today. We've got 15 minutes left until the market closes. Things here looking exceptionally good. Just look at that strength through today. This really adds on to a trend which over the past 5 days has taken us up well and above 30%, and over the past month has taken us up over 170%. This is certainly impressive, and we've got to speak about this because every single time we see the next leg up with open door, it just continues to run, and today has been no exception. The question then becomes, what comes next? And are we really having this major potential to break out even higher, which I personally do think we do. I'll speak about that and as to why I believe it is the case over the course of this video. If you do enjoy these episodes, as always, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. You really are helping me to grow the channel. It's working very well, so if you do appreciate the content, again, just press that subscribe button. It is free. At the same time, if you do want to support the channel a bit more whilst also learning more about the stocks that I am watching, I've now launched a Patreon page. The link is down in the description and the first pinned comment. You can sign up, and I do think it will be very beneficial to a lot of people. And the final thing that I've got to say before we jump in, remember guys, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. So coming over here, what are we seeing with open door stock? Well, like I say, today is very impressive. Most notably, into today and over the past couple of days for that matter, we've seen this critical level, in my opinion, 891 really holding up. Since we have seen this rocket run from, what, $5 all the way up to about $10, the stock has not dropped below this point. This is going to be critical to maintain the momentum on the trend that we are on. Maintaining this is going to be very, very key, and I think the fact it's looking like it is actually going to happen is a really great sign. Now, another good thing, we're finding a new support seemingly, and this I'm going to call roughly around 987. This one, if we can see this hold, this will be super, super impressive. However, I do note today and over the past couple of days for that matter, a few of these wicks on these candlesticks are taking us right back down to the 920s. So I wouldn't be too concerned if we do actually hold on to that lower level in the very high 8s. That is the ultimate level that I want to see this one remain above. And I say this because I know that if the stock was to drop down to these levels again, most people probably would begin to panic. But in reality, it's not that bad. Bear in mind, indicators like the RSI are cooling off a little bit, but still very close to the overbought range. I don't say this to say it's a bad stock or a bad buy. I say this to simply note, if it does drop a bit, not the most worrying thing in the world. Now, upside potential is very, very clear with this one. We need to really see this one break above 1070, 1075. This is where we're having the most resistance. You saw this wick over the past day or so, which took us all the way up to 1089, but we just can't break into the $11 mark. I think there is every possibility after a gain of 15, almost 15.5% today, that we are likely to see this one potentially run in the next few days. It may drop a little bit tomorrow, that is entirely possible, but if it doesn't, and if we begin to break into the 11s, I think this trend is just going to continue, right? So that is the two scenarios. In a worst case scenario, which is not that bad, we're holding above, let's say, 890. In a best worst case scenario, if you want to call it that, we're holding above 980. And in a best case scenario, we open up higher tomorrow, perhaps, you know, a bit of a rise in the after hours. And if this one, in my opinion, jumps up to the 11 at some point, we're into uncharted territory. And what happens when we find these cool-offs? And you can see this historically with open door stock, by the way. You can see this on, and I'm going to draw some distinctive legs. I'll see if I can get the pen up. Can I find the pen? Can I find the pen tool? Let's have a look. Or is it going to be too much effort? Well, I'm not going to draw. Oh, it's here. Let's see if we can highlight it. So you see leg up number one, right? You see this? Then we have a little bit of time to cool off. That's fine. Leg up number two. Then we have a little bit of time to cool off. Leg up number three. Then we have a little bit more time to cool off. And what do you notice with these trends, if I can zoom out, right? You see that every single time the momentum to the upside grows and the momentum to the downside grows. People are more happy to buy. People are more happy to also take profits. That is completely fine. Now, where things absolutely become massively different, and let's bring the pen out again, is when you come up to this. So this obviously was in itself a different drop. This drop was a different type. It took us lower. It took us quite a bit lower after a major run. But what have you seen since? You have seen very, very, very strong upwards action. Let's get this pen up again. So you're coming up even higher now, as I say, massive, massive rise. And now this time the consolidation is a bit stronger. In my head, that does put the possibility, it may happen, it may not. But it does spring the possibility that now we've seen an an even stronger cool-off period, if you will. Now that things have had that time to sort of resettle slightly, what's coming next, right? What is coming next? Are we going to see something more like that? Are we going to see something more like that? You know, it seems a little bit far-fetched, but do bear in mind we've covered on the channel before some analysts who even think this stock could have a fair value in the 80s. You know, we've seen this playing out over the last few weeks as time's gone on. So you've got to ask that question then. Is it really that unrealistic? Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen tomorrow, but is it possible that we could hit 11 tomorrow? Well, we're not far from it now. Is it possible that we could hit 12? Well, we're up 138 today. If we were up 138 tomorrow, we'd be nearly at 12, or $2 tomorrow, we'd be nearly at 12. So you do have to ask these questions, and I think the likelihood of this is becoming stronger and stronger as momentum continues to build. Anyway guys, if you want all of my thoughts on Open Door and many other stocks, please click the link in the description in the bio. It's going to take you over to the Patreon, and just before you leave, I've got a little bit more information on the Patreon for you. You guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day? I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from $14.50 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.